Okay, I think we will start. There are just 10 people, but we will try to start with the first part. So we'll give some time for the others to join. Good morning, all. My name is Noemi Molina. I work for the Regional Ministry of Agriculture in Andalucía, Spain. Together with Marian Lora, who's here also, we are leading the Regional Cluster, and co-leading is also here Pompeu Diaz from Consular in Portugal. We want to welcome you to this elevator pitch and matchmaking event. And the objective of this event is just to contribute to the to building up this network of digital innovation hubs. We created this event as a showcase for Iberian digital innovation hubs, and we hope you have you enjoy this webinar, and also you get inspired, and you have a lot of questions for them at the end of this meeting. And we also hope that you want to meet our digital innovation hubs. Here you have the agenda. We will have elevator pitches from 11:10 to 12:10, just 1 hour. After that, we will give you some instructions for bilateral meetings. We know that not all of you already booked your bilateral meetings, so we will have some time there to give you that option. Our meetings are still open, and we will have just 5 minutes for questions and answers in case you want to clarify, or you are interested in something our digital innovation hubs are going to say, and I hope so. Just to let you know, the Regional Cluster Iberia is formed by 24 digital innovation hubs. Those digital innovation hubs are settled in Portugal and Spain, and we include the Balearic and Canary Islands, and also Azores. There are also 3 flagship innovation experiments. 2 of them are being executed in both territories, in Portugal and the other one is in Spain. This territory is a very extensive one, and we have a very diverse crops and specializations. And here you can see some pictures of some of our activities we have been doing during this past year. For instance, there you can see in the middle one photo of our joint session with Work Package 2, where we try to define also our needs for the open calls. You can see also a session where digital innovation hubs could get to know each other, and also they met some other entities apart from digital innovation hubs, which was very valuable for them to open their ecosystem too. We have been working, as you can see on the top, in some material to distribute. This is a very old one catalog of our digital innovation hubs. I hope you were able to download your catalog this time. We updated, and mainly not with very technical questions or issues, but with things that could be more interesting for you. This catalog is also available on the innovation portal. On the library section, you can find it. And obviously, if you want to contact them, or if you want to know more about them, please, you can be in contact with us. Well, this regional cluster, as I said before, is led by the Regional Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Sustainable Development in Andalucía, in Spain, and co-led by Consulai. This is a business, a private business settled in Portugal. Okay. Well, I think that is the first time that I that I see this, but I'm in advance, so I would like to present some of our digital innovations are going to participate in this event. As I said, there are 24. We are working now in order to enlarge this ecosystem because due to the open calls, some other digital innovation hubs have emerged in our territory, and we want to include them in this regional cluster. But there are 12 up to these 24 that we have nowadays that wanted to participate. Those are ADVID, Andalucía Agrotech Digital Innovation Hub, CIDIHUB, DATAlife, DIH Aragon, DIH-BAITUR, DIH-ITK, Farm 2030, IoT Digital Innovation Hub, Smart Farm Collab, and Tech for Efficiency. Those digital innovation hubs are settled in different parts of our territory. For instance, in Andalucía, in Galicia, in Aragon, in Balearic Island, Canary Island, in Castilla y León, in Extremadura, but also in Portugal. There are here 3 digital innovation hubs. We have BID, Smart Farm Collab, and Farm 2030. And with no more delay, I would like to introduce the first digital innovation hub that is going to present, which is ADVID. So, Leonor Pereira, I give you the floor.
Can you hear me?
Leonor?
Okay. Now, thank you. Now, share my webcam. You give me now. I have authorization. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Noemi, for the introduction. My name is Leonor, and I'm representing ADVID, Association for the Development of Viticulture in Douro, also a wine and wine cluster, and a digital innovation hub. Next, please. I will start with a brief timeline with the key moments that shows the growth of ADVID. ADVID was established in 1982 with the aim of enhance the viticulture in Douro region to increase profitability and quality of Douro wines. ADVID is one of the largest associations in the wine sector, formed by a group of associates, 175, that covers not only the Douro region, but the entire Portuguese territory. In 2009, ADVID was recognized by the cluster of Douro wine regions that would extend to national territory in 2017. In 2019, ADVID led the initiative to establish a collaborative laboratory to launch a research, innovation and development department to answer the current demands of the wine sector. Next slide, please. So, ADVID presents several competences that goes from service, like viticulture, enological evaluation, climate change monitoring, functional viticulture, grapevine varieties, biodiversity, grape and vineyards evaluation, consulting in several fields like sustainability and competitive viticulture. Also has infrastructure like facilities, laboratories, equipment to perform analysis and research activities, either in laboratory scale or in the field, is formed by a technical department that provides technical support, technical device, and a development sector with a team of high qualified human resource, collab and wines. ADVID is also involved in several research and development projects. I'm available to speak about them later on the answers and questions. Also give membership support with the technical reports, newsletters, workshops, promoting and implementing the wine cluster. Next slide, please. So we are looking for a partnership with the universities, research institutions, digital innovation hubs, competence centers, technology providers who want to work with us to establish a solid network to address the current demands of the wine sector, the impact of climate change, implementation of the wine industry, digitalization, to promote a sustainable viticulture, like to support the European Green Deal, to implement a vineyard or maintain a vineyard biodiversity, and to embrace two new strategic lines, circular economy and consumer behavior. Next slide, please. So we are offering access to international recognized wine companies located in different wine growing regions with unique trades, terroirs, with practicing different vitiviniculture practices. We promote knowledge dissemination, technology transfer. We also provide technical support, infrastructure, human resource for research projects and technology development, implementation or demonstration. We also give access to a research and development department, a collab, Wines and Wine, to establish an interface between wine companies and academic researchers. Next slide, please.
1 minute left.
Next slide, please. I'm finishing. So, thank you very much for your attention. We're looking forward for your contacts, and I'm available for your doubts. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Leonor. You've been really on time. I will ask now Jose Antonio Adame from Andalucía Agrotech Digital Innovation Hub to open his mic.
We cannot
José
hear
Antonio,
you.
your microphone is muted. Please unmute you. Okay, I'll try to make you. Now, try now.
Now can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Right? Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you very much for introducing me, Noemi. Good morning to everyone. It is a great pleasure for us to present you here very briefly some of the main aspects about the Andalucía Agrotech Digital Innovation Hub. Next slide, please, Noemi. Well, Andalucía Agrotech is actually one of the biggest European regional ecosystems, and its major aim is actually to accelerate, accompany, and channel digital innovation in the Andalusian agri-food sector. And this initiative was born in 2017 as a result of the discussion that the agri-food, the knowledge, and the technological communities had in that moment. Since there was a clear demand from these communities, and then the public government and the Andalusian government, in particular the regional Ministry of Agriculture, then decided to take the lead and promote this digital innovation hub. Next slide, please. Well, this is an overall picture of the long path that actually we've followed to become what we are today. And well, on this road, it's worth noting that we were chosen by the European Commission to be one of the DIH in the Joint Research Center report as an example of ecosystem building. Next slide, please. In this slide, we show some of the key pillars that we consider essential in our strategy. The first one, for example, is to use a multi-actor approach. Our ecosystem includes more than 140 members with actors from the quadruple helix. On the other hand, we also consider that the agri-food sector needs to be prepared for the new European challenges, from the Green Deal to the Farm to Forest strategy or the next Common Agricultural Policy. At the same time, we seek to develop integrated solutions that must be based on digital technologies. That's a must for us. And finally, we also try to promote and support digital culture in the region at different levels, not only for technicians or specialists, but also for farmers. Next slide, please. In this slide outlines the main services that we are offering today to our ecosystem, and also tries to show how we're trying to be a one-stop shop for our ecosystem. For example, we are offering educational and training programs for developing digital skills. We also develop pilot initiatives to test innovations. We think that's really important before making any investment. We are really focused as well on entrepreneurship. We consider this is crucial for our ecosystem. We as well provide mentoring and technological services. And finally, because funding is also critical, we try to provide strategies and promote and identify both public and private calls that may be of interest for our members. Next slide, please.
Just 1 minute left, José Antonio.
Okay, thank you, Amy. Well, it is also crystal clear for us that innovation is not possible without cooperation, And that's one of the main reasons we are also here today. And we would like, for example, to find more technology providers around Europe. We would like to share experience, knowledge with other competence centers from other countries. We would like also to cooperate with digital innovation hubs in Europe and build strong international networks together. And finally, it would be great for us to design initiatives to co-create with entrepreneurial entities and startups. Next slide, that's the final. Thank you all for your attention today. You have here our contact details for whatever question or need you may have. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Jose Antonio. Just 4 seconds after the,
Okay.
the time. And now it's time of Marta Alvarez from DIH-ITK. Please, Marta, unmute your microphone.
Hello, can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Okay, thank you very much, Noemi. I would like to present the DIH-ITK, the Digital Innovation Hub for Industrial Technology Knowledge. Next. This DIH is located in Spain, in Linares, is the south of Spain. And here you can see the spaces of the CIDIHUB campus, where you will find modern infrastructures, advanced services, financing programs, and facilities to develop R&D projects. Okay, you also in Linares will find the main assets to increase your company's competitiveness. Okay, next. Here I show the members. This DIH is coordinated by Cámara de Linares, but also by the Technological Center of Metal Mechanical and Transport, CETEMET. CETEMET has a great and qualified engineering team, so as well as diverse laboratories to carry out diverse tests. So here you can see also the educational partners and other public administrations. Next. And now I show the companies which are members of this DIH. For example, Meltio and Signova are national leaders in manufacturing and 3D printers and scanners. Also, we count with other companies dedicated to software development, mobile applications, and so on. I will summary our technologies in a moment, but first, next, please. The DIH mission is to support the digitization of the local industry and public administration. So our mission is to make available support easier to find for local SMEs and industry. Okay, next. So here I show something that you all know, the main services or pillars that a DIH have, an ecosystem. We have technology services and business development. Okay, next. So we know from Europe, growth is required. So we are working in Industry 4.0 because digitization of industry is needed to save energy and money and making the human task easier. So next. Here you can see the technologies. We have visual computing as virtual reality, augmented reality, 3D printing, 3D scanner system, and computer vision, ICT technologies, as well as product and process engineering, simulation, and robotics. Okay, next. These are the sectors that we use to apply the technology: automotive, railway, aerospace, electric vehicle, and naval and agro industry. But we used to apply our knowledge in a cross-cutting way. Next. About the relationships of these DIHs, we have a close relation with the Cluster Iberia and SmartAgriHubs, and thanks to that, we are winners of a challenge type of activity in the open call response to COVID-19 in consortium to Andalucía Agrotech and Polo de Contenidos Digitales de Málaga. So next.
Less one minute, Marta.
Okay. So thanks to that, we launched this Agrotech Award Challenge. You can visit the webpage, and also you can participate until tomorrow in phase 1 and see all the details. Next. We are also members of other platforms as DIH.net, and next. We want to invite you all to contact us. We want to grow, so I think we need cooperation. If you want to have a B2B meeting at the end, I strongly invite you to do that. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Marta. Sorry, I skipped very quickly the other slide, but thank you. And we're going next Digital Innovation Hub, which is CIDIHUB. It will be Antonio Collado presenting. Antonio, can you open your microphone?
Hello, good morning. Can you receive me? Do you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, good morning. My name is Antonio Collado. I'm representing CIDIHUB. CIDIHUB is the Canary Islands Digital Innovation Hub. We were created in 2016, so 4 years operating now, under the scope of the I4MS initiative, European initiative. We are fully operative. Next, please. Well, we have already participated in 7 European initiatives and projects such as DHelp, AID Network, or D-World, and SmartAgriHubs, just as an example. Well, the structure of CIDIHUB. The structure of CIDIHUB, we are the only hub in the Canary Islands, completely supported by the public administration, which is giving their support to us through the Research and Development and Innovation Agency of the Canary Islands, the government. And the structure is based on 5 different layers. The main layer is the core with the scientific, internationally recognized resources. We are talking about the 2 universities, the Astrophysics Institute, or the Oceanic Platform in the Canary Islands. On top of that, we have the technology resources with cybersecurity, HPC, artificial intelligence, and sustainability technologies. Then we have another layer with entrepreneurship and business resources. We are talking about technology parks, for instance. And we have a 4th layer is what we call strategy vectors, which are blue and green technologies, ICT, tourism, industry, and the EC connection. And finally, we have the general ecosystem surrounding us with association, technology providers, Chamber of Commerce, etc. Next, please. Well, concerning services, we are organized around 3 different topics. that we are aligned with the 2020 Strategic Foresight Report from the European Commission, where they mentioned that European Green Deal is one of the key points. Another key point is Europe fit for the digital age and economy that works for people. Those three areas are the main domains that we cover. We are organized in 3 dimensions. Green and blue resilience is one dimension that we have. Second dimension is the digital resilience. And the third dimension is economic and social resilience. We have a number of services around these 3 axes. Next, please. And finally, to give you just some best practices that we have been getting and developing with companies in the Canary Islands. We are currently developing our first cybersecurity for SMEs project in the Canary Islands, and we are working, for instance, with Bodegas Monge, which is an agro-tourism SME, and we are analyzing and covering a new network with digital services and cybersecurity, a cybersecurity platform. Another example is with 3D Kumo. We developed an HPC project with them. They work with 3D models, and we used HPC services for improving the competitiveness of the company. And finally, just an example of general digital transformation. We worked with several hotels. One is Hotel Tigaiga, where we developed a full range of different digital services in the digital transformation of the company. And this is it from our side. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Antonio. We're coming now to DATAlife, and it will be Lucia Castro presenting it. Please, Lucia, can you open your microphone?
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Perfectly.
Thank you. So I'm Lucia from DATAlife. I think my slides will come up soon. There we go. So if we move to the next one, I will explain what we are. We are the Digital Innovation Hub for Life Science in Galicia. We cover all technologies, and I think for today the most important part to highlight is that we have actually 5 value chains under the hub. Agri-food is indeed one of them, but we also cover forestry, sea industry, biotech, and health. Okay, because we want to position Galicia as a reference bioregion in Europe. And in my next slide, right, you can see the current composition of DATAlife. We are an association for non-profit, and we are composed of research centers like Gradian, which many of you may know because they are very active in agri-food, but also Anfacos Ecopesca, which deal with fish and aquaculture. We have FESGA, a supercomputing, and we also have Energy Lab, which deal with energy, obviously. We have clusters that represent for us the SMEs, and we have the biotechnology, aquaculture, and health clusters. And we also have in our membership the ICT Galician cluster. And we have, for the time being, the University of Santiago. We hope to have the other 2 very soon, and the Foundation for University and Enterprise in Galicia. And then finally, we have tractor companies, big, large companies that push demand. And I think on the right side of this slide, you can see how heavily influenced by demand DATAlife is. In the next slide, just wanted to highlight that we are not a research center or an industry association. We were founded as a digital innovation hub in October 2019. And in my next slide, just what happened the month after our foundation, we signed an agreement with the Galician government because we were chosen as one of 2 strategic digital innovation hubs. And in my next slide, okay, you can see some of the things we have been doing in Agri-food. You can see Luis Perez from Gradian talking already before our foundation. In Europe, you can also see that we are part of the Smart Specialization platform, and one of our members, Teuga, is part of the Vineyard project, which ADVID mentioned before. And in my next slide, here is what I put in our template, what we're looking for and what we can offer. I can tell you that what we have done already is we have canvassed demand in all our sectors to identify technological needs. We are finalizing the designing of our services, which will aim to move companies from wherever they are in their path of digitalization a step further. We want to help them move faster through that path, whether they are in the very early stages or whether they are already in the adding value and making more money out of it stage. And we are also aiming at opening data and created strategic plans for data within our ecosystem, both for companies and for at regional level. So if anyone is interested, thank you. If anyone is interested in data in Agri-food, in sharing data, opening up their own data, I'm talking here to the research centers, and making more value out of it, let's have a chat. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucia. We will continue now with DIH Aragon, who will be presented by Sergio Mayo. Sergio, open your microphone, please.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Noemi. And thank you for giving us this opportunity to present our DIHs to this in this event. So this is our name, Aragón DIH, and the long name here there. You can see there our main focus, which is high performance computing and cognitive systems, and the rest of the name is the main sectors that we are focusing on, which are smart manufacturing, processes, robotics, and logistics. Next slide, please. Before I start, let me tell you some facts about our region. There you have where we are in Spain, and there we have some data relating our populating problem and comparing with other countries in Europe. The amount of people in here compared with other countries like Slovenia or the Netherlands, more or less with the same size. And this population problem, sparsely unpopulated area, is leading us to start this DIH with a main focus on restart the activities in the whole region. Next slide, please. There you have how we started. We started based on 2 recognized competence centers. The one is CIDIHUB, the Regional Institute of Technology, where I work, the Aragon Institute of Technology, with a lab on cognitive and systems and artificial intelligence. And the other competence center is BIFI, belonging to the University of Zaragoza, with a competence centers based on high performance computing, with a lab integrated with all the HPC network all over Europe. And up to the competence centers, you can see the strategies where we are based on. The first one is the Aragon Industria 4.0, and the second one is the regional smart specialization strategy. And all these specializations led us to start this DIH with services in the 4 fields that you see there, which are the 4 fields that every DIH is focused. And actually, regarding the sectors, next slide, please. In the sectors, we are not a DIH with a legal entity. We have a regional PPP government model. We are 3 promoters: Itainova, where I work, the Aragón Institute of Technology, University of Zaragoza, the main university in the region, and the Economic Agency of Aragon. The 3 of us are public institutions. And we are based on a regional PPP government model with no legal entity, and many other entities have joined us in the last years, and now we are more than 60 organizations in this DIH. Next slide, please. Again, as I told you, we are not a sectorial DIH, but a technological DIH. On the right side, you see the knowledge areas: HPC, artificial intelligence, robotics, logistics, and smart manufacturing, and the main sectors that we are focusing in. And actually, regarding the agricultural sector, I wanted to show you some flagship projects that we are involved in. Next slide, please.
1 minute left, Sergio.
Okay, thank you, Noemi. Next slide, please. Yes, this is the main slide that I wanted to show you. The flagship European projects that we are involved in. The first one is Grapevine, and the second one is Policy Cloud. Sorry, no, the previous slide, please. Noemi, please, the previous slide. Okay, yes. And in these two projects, we are focused in artificial intelligence and high performance computing solutions. You see there in the center of the screen. And finally, next slide. I wanted to show you also the main European projects and networks we are involved in. We are members of VDVDA with the silver label, and members of the 10 European digital innovation hubs based on data. In this project, you have for data. And that's all. Next slide, please. Next slide. And finally, the members, more than 60 at present. And please, if you want to join us, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.
Thanks, Sergio. We are going now to DIH-BAITUR, that will be presented by Dolores Ordóñez. Will you please open your microphone? Dolores?
I think Dolores is
Here. Maybe she
including
couldn't.
like assistant or not like panelist. I'm trying
Okay,
to.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying,
Now?
but that I was muted by the organizer.
Okay. No, I couldn't see.
No.
Okay, perfect. Go
Can you
ahead.
see me also?
Yes, Dolores.
Okay, perfect. So thank you very much for inviting us to this very interesting event. I'm going to present DIH-BAITUR, which is the Digital Innovation Hub of the Balearic Islands on artificial intelligence for tourism and agri-food. And we from Any Solution, we are in charge of the technical office. Next slide. As as mentioned, we are the only DIH innovation hubs in the Balearic Islands. A factor of success is that we have been able to join all the main stakeholders of the tourism and agri-food sector, but other industrial sectors, and this has brought. Next slide, please. To create a very interesting environment in which the DIH Innovation Hub is managed by the cluster of technology supplied to tourism, Turistec, but the regional government of the Balearic Island, through different departments, if involved directly in the DIH Innovation Hub, the Chamber of Commerce, the Agri-food cooperatives, the university, and then it's interesting also to mention that we have the support of the Impulsa Foundation, which is a public-private partnership in which all the business sector and the regional government and public administration is represented. So next slide. So we are offering the traditional services that a DIH Innovation Hub is expected to bring, but we are very strong in all the networking activities. So we belong to different networks, the IoTD, DNet, Agri-food DIH, and we are also participating in other networks directly in IoTI. So for us, artificial intelligence, it's a key pillar, but it's based on other technologies as big data and IoT. And for us, anything related with data is a main issue. For us, it's very interesting to be in contact with all of you. We can offer a strong networking and also a great visibility, and also to enter in a very active environment in which we can be quite successful in joining two main industries, the tourism and the agri-food sector. Now we are working with the ecosystem also to improve the catalog of services we are offering. Next slide. Just to mention that we are located in the Balearic Islands, and we are very, very well known as a tourism reference with these numbers. But next slide. What is important to us is to present some examples of the things that we are doing. Of course, we are receiving many tourists, but the important thing is how can we support the digital transformation of the companies, but also the territory, to ensure the tourism resilience and the quality of life of the people, and at the same time we ensure the competitiveness of our companies. And next slide. We are now in a very complicated situation since we depend very much in the tourism industry. Sorry, because this was supposed to come with movement. So you know that COVID has directly affected to the tourism industry. And one of the main activities that DIH-BAITUR has been implemented during this period is to try to support all our companies, especially the SMEs, in this transition, to try to generate synergies with other sectors, and try also to support this transition in which the tourism recovery will be set in these three main pillars: green, digital, and inclusive. Next slide. Some examples of the good practices that we have been implemented during this COVID situation, and we can be mentioned because it has been also pushed by the Digital Innovation Hub, by DIH-BAITUR, are some complementarities that we found between the tourism, the digital companies that work for the tourism sector, and also the agri-food sector. So, for example, we noticed that there was a big lack of knowledge in terms of, and what we have done is to try to identify which were these gaps and try to find the best solutions through the Digital Innovation Hub. This is my last slide, so the next one. So just to thank you, you have already what are our characteristics, and any information you need from us, we are here available. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dolores. You finished before your time.
Okay, so I spoke quite fast.
Thank you. And we come into CIDIHUB, and it is Gabriel Anzaldi who is going to present it. Gabriel, if you want to mute your microphone, please.
Okay, do you hear me?
Yeah, perfectly. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Next slide, please. Go to the content, okay? Next one. Okay, I am going to present the CIDIH. CIDIH means Center of Innovation for Data Technology and Artificial Intelligence. This is the only one artificial intelligence digital innovation hub in Catalonia. We have the support of the Catalonia government and the Barcelona County. We count as promoting partner with Microsoft, SDG Group, and Everest, and the competence centers of knowledge centers that are behind this, the Digital Innovation Hub are Eurecat, which is my organization, Barcelona Supercomputing Center, the Vision Computing Center, and IDOSCAT Foundation, okay? And we have several partners behind that. We have a strong collaboration with another organizations like Agritech Big Data, Innoforagro, COTPA, that these are organizations that groups a lot of companies in the agri-food sector, okay, like the FEMAC, which is the cluster for agricultural machine, and the University of Lleida. Also, we have a very strong collaboration with a lot of initiatives where we group more than 70 or 50 companies, okay? We try to get in contact all these companies in order to promote two main aspects. One is the data spaces, and the other one is the artificial intelligence application over this data, okay? For the data spaces, we used to have an approach with focusing in the technology convergence, okay, where we try to group robotics, industry technologies, biotechnologies from the digital point of view, and so on, in order to try to provide solutions based on data spaces and artificial intelligence, but take profit of the use of several technologies all integrated together, because we are strongly believing in this technology convergence as the next steps in the digital revolution. Okay, next slide, please. We are very focused in services. We try to provide services which range from at companies, okay, and we are very focused on the private sector, despite that we are present in most of the European projects that are related to digital innovation hubs, but we are very focused in private and try to bring the artificial intelligence to the private sector in our region, which is Catalonia, but also in combination with other regions like the ones all over Europe and the rest of the world. Okay, we try to perform digital diagnosis, help the companies to perform their artificial intelligence strategies and roadmaps, try to build an awareness, which is very useful in our sector, in the agri-food sector, because the digital gap that we used to deal with is a complex situation in the agri-food sector. Then we try to help the companies in this way, and we deploy a lot of private proof of concepts and pilots in different parts of the in the agri-food value chains, like one animal health, or crops cultives, etc. This kind of services. Next one, okay. Next, okay. The main projects that we have already deployed in the field are related to big data platforms in across multiple agents in the agri-food sector, like extensive crops, as I said before, or wine. We have deployed a big project on wine, which covers the full value chains from the crop till the production and the client, trying to get the systemic concept of the full production chain. Okay, trying to deploy Industry 4.0 concepts into in the production of the different agri-food projects. Okay, we have deployed data spaces. Okay. As I said before, we have now a very strong project which combine earth observation systems with all the data sensoring systems that are deployed in the exploitations. We used to combine this with workforce management, okay, which we consider that we have to integrate demand, production, but also the way that we are going to deal with the workforce in the agri-food exploitation. Next one, I think is the last one, okay. Next one. Okay, thanks a lot. That's all. Please contact us for any requirement. Thanks a lot to the organization of this webinar because it's very important for us.
Thanks very much, Gabriel. And we're going to move on to Farm 2030 that will be presented by Rui Almeida. Please, Rui, open your microphone.
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear, okay. Thank you so much once more. So my name is Rui Almeida, yes, and I am representing here the Digital Innovation Hub Farm 2030. This Innovation Hub is as a leader has Consulai, and Consulai, we are a Portuguese private advisory company. And we are doing this in close cooperation with the Agricultural National Research Institute, which is INIAV. So we are focused in some of the identified problems in our agriculture, just like precision farming, water use efficiency, new methods to fight pests and diseases, and of course the soil bioconservation as one of the main drivers of our crops. And speaking about crops, we are very focused in the main Portuguese crops, which are horticulture, fruits, wine, olive oil. We have also the cereals and pastures and forages. And what we want in this case is, of course, to work on new products, processes, or solutions that are related with climate change and also productivity. And how was our strategy in this Digital Innovation Hub? Was to bring a know-how and solutions from experts and different companies in the agricultural sector, but most important is to bring knowledge from ICT and technology companies that had quite or very good solutions that have never been applied in our sector. We are talking about companies working, for instance, in military solutions, or even in communications or in the energy solutions. So we brought this know-how and tried to see how their solutions can be an extra value to our agricultural sector. So at this moment, we consider ourselves innovation brokers. We have a lot of expertise in communication and dissemination activities, of course, and we have a wide range of actors in the innovation ecosystem here in Portugal. We are also gathering a wide range of agricultural data from our end users, which are the farmers. Data about climate, about water usage, energy, productivity, different costs, even selling prices in the market. And we are trying to make this data available in our entire innovation ecosystem. So what are we looking for at this moment? We are trying to get this network as broader as possible, aggregating extra value from our other digital innovation hubs, or even different products or services all over Europe. What we have to offer to other digital innovation hubs or even other entities that are interested in contacting us is that we have a huge network of entities working in different innovation approaches here in Portugal. We have a lot of end users, and I mean farmers, looking and aiming to test new technologies, which is very important in nowadays. And we also have access to national funding opportunities, along with also European funding, as we in Consulai, we are involved in the several Age 2020 projects covering these main themes that I just mentioned. So if you are interested in contacting us, we are willing to work close to you and try to work to improve the conditions of our farmers, which is our main goal. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Rui. You've also been very strict with your time. You've ended before. Thank you. And we're coming now to IoT DIH, which will be presented by Eugenia.
Hi, Noemi. Thank you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you very well. Go ahead.
Great. So we can start with slides. We can go through the index next, please. So First of all, the objective of our IoT Digital Innovation Hub is to help companies, especially small and medium enterprise, become more competitive for adoption of Internet of Things technologies in business, production, or process, or products and services. So I'm going to go through very fast through our services, those different projects we are participating, and I'm not sure if we are going to go through the members because I want to prefer to go for the services and projects. So next slide, you will see in the next 2 slides 8 services. Okay, yeah. So we provide technical advice and mentoring, access to different funding opportunities. So we support this small and medium enterprise and we facilitate access to funding resources. The promotion of IoT technologies. We regularly organize events for digitalization and industry. So we are very much focused on these IoT technologies. Also, we organize different trainings, programs to increase digital skills for these small and medium enterprises. And also we have different masters for Industry 4.0 and in collaboration with the University of Salamanca. And also the different development of innovation projects. If you want to go to the next slide, we also provide access to laboratories and equipment, that we have big laboratories and different equipment for any type of projects, and also the tech and entrepreneurial ecosystem. So we offer benchmark of events with international tech entrepreneurial ecosystem, showcasing startups and providing them with right connections, also accelerators, investors, public administrations, and also a forum where startups can share experience and develop synergies with potential people that invest in them, so develop different synergies. So those are briefly the services. We will go now through the different projects we have now. If we can move next slide. Okay, so these are some of the projects. We have projects in agri-food sector. We have SiloSense, a developed system that allows any industry to calculate the capacity of a closed recipient. That's something very interesting for silos. And that includes not only the silos, but also many other recipients using the primary sector. We also have another one regarding cattle monitoring, and this project proposed the use of a wireless sensor network for cattle monitoring. We include cameras, temperature sensors, accelerometers that provide this knowledge on livestock and possible disease or anything related to the livestock. Also, we have rural IoT. I think it's in the next slide, because another interesting one that we have regarding the optimization of agriculture and livestock production through intelligent IoT solutions. And this project aims to improve the competitiveness of companies in the dairy sector, and in this case in Castilla y León, because it's where it's located, our IoT Innovation Hub, and also through the improvement of efficiency in the dairy production process from the point of view of intensive Internet of Things usage. So if we go next, we are also let's go one more, because it's regarding very big projects we have now in the context of tech. Thank you. It's IoTech, Digitech, and Disruptives that are projects promoting growth through cross-border cooperation. Also, for example, this is the case of IoTech, Digitech also in the cross-border regions and specialization of some sectors, and also in disruptive dynamization of the digital innovation hubs and promotion of it for this 1 minute. Through cooperation. So these are different members. We can go fast through these. Is the coordination and technical secretariat. Next. These are different conventions we have signed. Next. With some more members. Next. Yeah, these are other programs we are participating. We are very happy to be part of the Digital Innovation Hub. That is a coaching program exclusive of 30 European innovation hubs that have been selected and expand the range of activities. Next.
20 seconds.
Okay, so we are looking for cooperation with other innovation labs, such as internationalization and creation of synergies. And we are looking for these different knowledge that we can move together with and grow together with other hubs. And we are offering possibility of collaboration and cutting edge projects, very interesting, and also a big team of very interdisciplinary people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eugenia. We're moving now to a Smart Farm Collab, and it will be Katia Pinto presenting it. Katia, could you please open your microphone and your camera? Katia, you are muted. Can you open your microphone?
Okay, no. I was muted by the organizer. Really sorry for this. Can you hear me now?
Sorry. Yeah, perfectly. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Noemi. And so good morning also, everyone. It's also a pleasure to be here today. And first of all, thanks a lot for this initiative. Next slide, please. So as Smart Farm Collab, or SF Collab, the shorter name, we are as a digital innovation hub, and our aim focus on to foster the digital innovation in agriculture. And so we want also to positionate the Portugal as a reference for the digital innovation in agriculture. So we are located in the western region of Portugal, here near to Lisbon. And as a private non-profit organization, we have we are founded by different partners. These partners represent different companies, also universities and institutes, and let me also say from the Council of Torres Vedras. And all together, so all these partners together, we focus, or we can focus on different areas, or covering the different areas of the agro-food value chain. And what normally we say is like from Portugal, Western region to the world. So this is our slogan, because we are here in closest to the sea, and what we really want is to be a reference on digital agriculture, not only in Portugal, in Europe, but also in the world. Next slide, please. And so our main intervention areas, because what we really want is to integrate solutions and also digital monitoring systems. And for this, for now, we are focused on three main agro sectors. First of all, the horticulture and the fruticulture, but also the viticulture. And why? Because they are very represented, not only here in the western region of Portugal, but also all over Portugal and in Europe. Next slide, please. So it's true that in Smart Farm Collab, so SF Collab, we can focus on the all agro-food value chain, since the primary production until the final consumption. But because this is a huge, let's say, and complex also chain, for now we are focused only on the primary production. And so what here we want to focus is to sustainable or disparate production through different things. So the first one is to create an intelligent and integrative digital platform. Also focus on the automation and robotization and autonomous vehicles, and is missing also here all the sensorization that is needed to create this digital platform. And for this we have recognized 6 important areas. So the first of all, that focus on the resources or the smart use of the resources. That means, for example, the soil, the water irrigation, the phytosanitary products, but also the equipment, the control and monitoring strategies, the product, the decision system, and the last one, the socio and tourist development. Next slide, please. And so in terms of our services or what we are offering or capable to offer right now, so it's important to refer here that in Smart Farm Collab, we want or we aim to develop solutions that are accessible, that could be accessible to everyone, and also sustain all the results through the trust. And so apart from the R&D innovation that I referred in the previous slide, and the low-cost solutions or digital solutions that we offer, we also promote the training and workshops, so to foster this knowledge transfer, but also to help in the transition of the digitalization, to promote the different consortiums for different funding opportunities, not only, for example, for this Green Deal that is now open and we are interested for sure, but other opportunities, European and also national, that we can find. And also thank you. We also offer different technical and specialized services through the high qualified and also multidisciplinary team that we have here in SF Collab. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay, and so to resume and also to finish, just to emphasize that here we want to generate this knowledge and also develop these customized solutions according for the digital agriculture, so in different areas, in robotics, using low-cost sensors, decision support systems, and also the machine learning. And altogether, we can say that we will develop this intelligent, or we are looking for these intelligent decision systems based on data and also on solutions that we can provide. Next slide, please. And so we would like also to hear more from you, and we are interested to perform different collaborations and also consortiums. So please contact us, and we will be very happy to provide you more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Katia. I want to thank you all our panelists for being here and for being so so exact with the time they have used. We had now check for efficiency this DIH from Extremadura, but they had some problems to join the meeting, so we're going directly to talk about the instructions for bilateral meetings. Question, no other requests for bilateral meetings. I really appreciate your participation. Also, I want to thank the panelists for being here and the effort they have done through these last weeks also. And thanks Pompeu and Marianne for your support here, and Karin also from Shatlar and Partners, who are the responsibles of communication in this project in SmartAgriHubs, for letting us use this platform and giving all your support too. Thank you. And thanks very much to all, and we really hope this was helpful for you, and see you in the next meeting. Thank you very much, and bye.
Bye. Thank you. Have a
Bye.
great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.